Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's matchup. You're about to witness Baker versus Purdue in a hot best-of-3 series. Baker coming off of a 0-2 loss to Maryville, now looking to make a lower bracket run, but Purdue going to do everything they can to make sure they can stay in this bracket. They are coming off of another win on their own as well. We look at the bracket, you can see Maryville taking Baker. When you look down in the lower bracket, we have Purdue winning 2-0 over WKU. So they're looking hot, but everybody had a little bit of a pause. We go into spring break. This is our first match back. So we're going to see who's ready to show that they've been on the grind during their little break. Baker comes in at the 8th seed, Purdue coming in at the 11th seed, and we're looking to see who will qualify for the national championship bracket. A little bit of an update as well. While we watch these players select their agents, you do see at the bottom right corner, Iman is back, aka Nami, on the starting 5 roster. Dumbbell back into that coach's slot, looking to make something happen for the boys from the back end, and they're doing everything they can to make sure that they see nothing but success in the near future. This is a best of 3, as I previously mentioned, so please, the end of this game does not mark the end of the event as a whole. Stay with us, watch game 2. If this thing goes to game 3, we want you to be just as locked in as you were right now. My name is Logan Former. I'm going to be your host for today's event. I'm going to try my best to cast as much as I can every single moment as we try and capture every single kill possible. Bear with me, all right? These new characters, these new agents are something to not blink at. The new duelist is something that every player wants to use. You see the instant locks on the public queues. If you're in tune with the entire roster on social media, you might have seen that Demon has been streaming an insta-locking waylay every chance that he can, trying to learn the new agent. And look, I'll be honest, we had a little gaming session the other night. This man is an absolute demon, as it says in his name, okay? So I'm just excited to see what the boys can do. I think the biggest factor here that's different than every other game is the fact that both teams are just coming off a spring break, right? That doesn't really stop the practices. It doesn't stop the grind, but it could put a little damper in everybody's day-to-day. So we'll see if that changed absolutely anything for either one of these teams. I don't think it will, though. These boys have been grinding pretty hard, and I doubt Purdue is looking to walk in here and give Baker an easy win. They're going to give them everything they can to stay in this bracket. The lower bracket is what kind of makes everybody, it makes them work a little harder, I would like to think. The next loss for either one of these teams means they're out of this bracket. It means they don't qualify for the national championship bracket. And as an up-and-coming roster, that is the last thing that you want to be faced with. Now, should Baker win this game, they are going to move on to the winner of CSP Blue versus Redbird Varsity. So it's only a matter of time until these guys are starting to face better rosters, higher rated seeds, and everything in between. Can they make the lower bracket run and find themselves in a spot for the national championship? Fate, Rice Ballin, Demon, ladder moves, Nami, locked in, ready to go. Pistol round is underway in just over 30 seconds. Boys getting prepared on attack side first. Looks like we might see a C hit here. A bunch of pings on the map. Trying to plan out their attack. The utility here should be interesting. We are on Lotus, and the boys are ready to go.
All missiles away.
Here we go. Contact on the sand hill here as they push onto the A side of the map. Rookie was locked in and ready for this push. He picks up Demon off rip. Now, Baker faced in a 4v5, the first blood going to Purdue. That's big on a map like this. You want to be the team that gets the first pick. Util left, right, and center. Baker not slowing their push down. They are locked into the C side of the map. Rookie's good for 2 more. And now CXL sliding over, joining Rookie as they push Rice back to mid, who's picked up by Angie. Just like that, Baker find themselves down by 1 going into the follow-up round. You're going to see a bunch of buys coming out from the side of Purdue. Some heavy rifles here. Some Guardians, a Bulldog or 2. Now it looks like they might be rolling it back a little bit. Nope, he rebought it. Okay, we were looking at Angie there for a second. Looked like maybe he was going to stick with the Classic after selling the Bulldog, but he's back on the board. This should be an interesting round. Demon and Rice with a Sheriff in hand. All it takes is 1 click. We've seen him do it time and time again. Down but never out here, as we like to say in round number 2. Angie with the first pick. Angie's good for 2, but is traded out by Rice Ballin, who also has 2 of his own with the Classic. Evens things back up. 3v3 now before Kraken picks up ladder moves. Looking for the trade. Or the last 2 standing from Baker. It's Rice Ballin and Fate currently running away and doing everything they can to avoid the hellfire that is Purdue on the A side of the map. Looks like they're going to try out this little bit of a B hit. They know that all 3 players were seen on A, so they should be coming through Link. Contact now. Kraken picks up Fate, and just like that, it's a 1v3 for Rice Ballin. The last player standing yet again. Not impossible, but it's going to be insanely difficult for Rice Ballin to make something happen here. Any amount of kills he can pick up to ruin the economy for Purdue in round number 3 would be pivotal. Just waiting out this timer here. Rice Ballin hoping somebody overextends left from the side of Purdue. I'm not sure if we're going to see it. It is a game of waiting. And Rice Ballin may lose this game right here. He does indeed, expecting at least 1 person of the remaining 3 from Purdue to rotate and try and cut him off at a site, but everybody stayed true. They held their position. We're not moving off of that B site. And now we go into the 3rd round. We're finally going to be able to see Baker buy out the rifles and shields that they truly desire. Looks like we're going to see a couple Bulldogs rebought on the side of Purdue. Angie here with a Sheriff. Will it be enough? Baker hoping to get on the board early. This is a map where you cannot go down exorbitant rounds and expect to make an easy comeback. It's never easy on Lotus. And our first drop of util is on the field. Runs right past Demon. Demon waiting for somebody to push through the smoke. He's going to pick up Rookie. That's a beautiful time shot. Great reaction time. The only thing Demon saw before shooting was the tip of the barrel. Demon knew it was time to start pulling that trigger. Now, this is the first time we've seen Baker pick up the first blood. And will that follow up with a few more kills on the side of Baker? We'd like to hope so. 4v5 for Purdue. Kraken now taking some damage. Demon and Rice Ballin have a smoke dropped on them. It looks like they're backing up to regroup with their teammates. Rice Ballin avoiding the breach util.
Retrieving flash.
And everything is moving slowly. Now it looks like we're going to get an A hit. Nobody's checking this corner. Great job from Demon to use the clone. He's able to play the trade of his clone, but it's just not quite timed to perfection. We're now at a 2v2.
Stealing sight.
Baker should have A site control here, as I don't see the Omen of Purdue necessarily swinging that corner until he has to. Both players here on elbow. Angie swinging into the sights of ladder moves. He picks up 1. Ladder moves traded out, and Sims is good for 2. 1v2 ladder moves and Nami falling to the rifle of Sims. And Sims is going to lock in round number 3. It seemed as though Baker had that thing under control the entire time. But it all shifted at the end. That's a beautiful 2K there from Sims to wrap things up. Great place, great time. I'm not sure Baker expected both players to come from elbow. After a bonus round loss, Baker not really in a very good spot financially. We do see a couple Vandals bought, but they are starving almost every credit they have to offer. A stinger in the hands of Rice Ballin. We could see an up-close fight here and let the Guardian kind of play on the backside.
Blinding.
Breach Util here is going to stun Rice Ballin. It slows down the push of Baker, and back into mid, we see Fate go. Could that be where the Baker hit goes? If they send it to B, it doesn't seem like any Purdue players are ready for said hit.
Fake teleport.
Only one player on C as well, but it is Vise. The Vise Util on the C side of the map is often not easy to overcome. Vise wall activated on the C side of the map, and just like that, you start to see players like Teo and Breach sliding through the B side for Purdue, looking to help out Vise on C. Breach kind of slowing down now, most likely to hold that mid entryway.
Locating targets.
Some util from Baker onto the A side of the map. That came all the way from the C side. And now Rice Ballin doing everything he can to bring attention over to that A side of the map, while you see the 4 other Baker players pushing that C site. And now it is a 4v2 on the C site. Everybody from A trying to rotate. The Aspire for Baker could pick one up here if they're not quick enough through this B side corridor. Demon looking to pick up Sims. Demon's going to pick him up. It's a 5v4. Spike not down yet. I'm sure Baker would love to get that down way quicker than they have. Ladder moves now good for 1. Rice Ballin good for 1. Rookie's there for the trade on ladder moves. And it is an all-out gunfight on this C side of the map. The Spike finally going down. No one from Baker expecting this flank from Rookie. He could very well pick up Fate here if he's not careful. He's able to pick up Demon, but Nami there with the trade. And just like that, Baker finally find themselves on the scoreboard. Down by 2, but it's early in the game. First half here, Baker just looking to find their rhythm. I mentioned just previous round that Baker's economy wasn't looking so hot, and now Purdue find themselves in the same situation. Not a single player on Purdue is able to full buy here except for Sims, and he obviously wants to join his team in light buying so they don't mix up their economy. This should be, if everything is played right, another round win for Baker. You just can't let Purdue get their hands on any of these rifles. Rookie here with a very aggressive push up close. He's got a Bucky, it looks like, ready to go.
Cutting through.
The Bucky shot misses, but he does hit his second, and Fate plays the trade. Now, Fate in a very interesting situation. Util all around him. He's currently suppressed, but 3 more players from Baker able to help him out now on this A-side push. CXL hesitantly waiting what could be a B-side rotate, but I don't believe Baker has any interest in making that happen. Although, as I said that, it looks like they are kind of pushing toward this. Is CXL good for 1? He is not. He had the drop on Rice Ballin, but can't connect the shots. And now Baker find themselves in a man advantage. Ladder moves ready for that Vise to come from the C side of the map. They know the Vise is going to come from this area as she's played there every single round so far. Here we go. Ladder moves could swing off of this contact between Fate and Vise. Rice Ballin's good for 1 on Link, and ladder moves does, as I mentioned, swing on to Sims. Just like that, Baker only down 1. They're looking to tie this thing up. I believe this will be the first round in the entire match where we're going to see full rifles from both teams. A great start here from Purdue. However, you can kind of see in the last 2 rounds how Baker might have figured out their stack. Sims obviously playing C nearly every round. Ladder moves was able to hold out that C push, and just like that, you start to get a grip on where everyone might be playing, and you can kind of play around it. Here's Demon using his ultimate, currently around everyone, and CXL somehow getting a very nicely timed shot on a Demon as he breaks out of his ultimate, and just like that, we have a 3v2. Fate here good for 1, Fate good for 2, both of which with his breach utility, neither with the rifle. And Baker tie this thing up now, 3-3. Timeout comes out from Purdue as they've dropped the previous 3 rounds straight. And Baker answering perfectly. You go down 0-3 to start the game. You have to find a way to find your groove. You have to find a way to put points on the board. And they did just that. Making this thing 3-3 early on is pivotal, as I mentioned early on in this game. If you go down more than, I don't know, I'd say maybe 5-6 rounds in the first half, it starts to get a little scary, I won't lie. But Baker find their role early on this attacking half. You got to imagine most teams would prefer to be the defenders on Lotus, even though there's 3 sites. Maybe that's a personal, a personal feeling, a personal interest of mine. I don't know. That's why these guys play in ICAST. All right.
Now we wait.
Timeout is
Retrieving
over.
wall.
Purdue doing everything they can to get ready. Vise maybe a little late to the C side of the map. If Baker has a push ready for C side, they could catch this Vise off guard. The walls are down and Vise is still setting up.
There.
But Baker chooses to play it slow. If only they knew what we knew from this point of view. Here we go. Baker not really switching anything up. They start the round the same way nearly every time, very slow, hoping somebody from the defending side overextends and they're able to get the opening pick. And it's worked for them so far, but you have to imagine Purdue's got to catch on to that at some point, right? They have to know not to overextend, but as we're saying, this CXL overextends through mid. Now Baker has the man advantage and they can pretty much go to any site they want. Looks like they're going to go C. They're going to bait the Vise wall, as they have every round. Nami's done a great job of spotting that wall before just running through it aimlessly.
Wall trick. Flashing. Good hit.
And now Sims pops the flash, looking to swing, but nobody's there. Ladder moves and Nami instead go into that cut and pick up Angie in the process. Nami here going to play the trade from Fate. And just like that, Baker, 2-man advantage, full site control. The spike is indeed going down.
30 seconds left. Thorns are alive.
And it's going to take a miracle for Purdue to make something happen. Everyone holding their angles. Purdue trying to find a way to push in. Neither of these players have a rifle. It's all up to their sheriff shot. Here's Nami, most likely going to find the first one. Rookie does indeed have a Bucky. I don't know if he's at a range where it's going to do anything important. It doesn't matter. Nami didn't even give him a chance to pull the trigger. What a beautiful shot. And Demon's good for the kill on to Kraken. Oh my gosh. That shot from Nami was insane. It was absolutely disgusting. Rookie swings the corner with the Bucky and can't even pull the trigger. And that round is over before it even started, it seemed, because Purdue hasn't gotten it down that they can't overextend onto the opening portion of the round. Will they do it again? This is the same way that they've lost 4 straight now. They keep overextending early. And Baker just ready for it. Baker playing into this plan exactly. Here we go. Looks like they're not wasting any time, though. That slow play at the beginning of the round has come to an end, and it looks like Baker's ready to push the C side with intent. Although they may choose to back off, depending on what happens here. There's a lot of intel in that middle area map with the kill here from Nami. It's going to pull people off of C. Vise this round set up on the A side of the map, so that might make it a little easier here for Baker to push into the C side, but they lose the first fight that they find, and that's Rookie killing Demon. Here's the Vise ultimate. Fate able to pick up 1 onto CXL, and now this site is fully in control of Baker. Baker have the man advantage. Great flash here from the breach. Great push from Nami. The teamwork is just about perfection. The only 2 remaining players here on the back side are Rookie and Sims. Rookie, a huge double kill on the Nami and ladder moves, and now it's an even game yet again. Sims gonna drop his ultimate, but Fate doesn't care. He pushes in with the classic and absolutely deteriorates Rookie. Oh my gosh. What a beautiful job here. The spike is tapped from Sims, and Sims wants to somehow pick one up, but I don't believe he's gonna be able to. Spike is now halved. Sims looking for another one, but can't make it happen. Fate good for 3. What an insane job from that push. Gets ulted by Sims, loses his primary gun, whips out the classic, and just right-clicks the nose of Rookie. A beautiful job all around, and now Baker have the 2-point advantage. They are sitting in the driver's seat. Their economy looks brilliant. Should they win this round, you're going to see another eco round come out from Purdue, and this game could get out of hand very fast for Purdue if they can't make something click. Viswall is tripped by the Yoru clone. Sims, the only player on the C side of the map. Teo and Omen here for Purdue, slowly rotating over to help Sims out, but it is too little too late. By the time they get there to help out, it looks like Baker has full rotated to what may be an A site hit. Some action in B, as Nami just pops a few shots to take the attention. And as Nami pops shots in B, we do see the Omen and Teo now lurking B, trying to find Nami, but he's already full rotated. Big picks here. Demon good for 1. I believe it was ladder moves who got the other, and now Baker find themselves in a 2-man advantage. And they've also full rotated again. So they start the round with a C hit. They rotate all the way to A, get a pick, and then they go all the way back to C.
Spike planted.
Not interested in stopping their feet at all. Look at this. Beautiful hold from ladder moves. Is able to pick up Kraken. Demon here could very well pick up CXL. Does not. CXL with a big swing. That crouch was just enough to get under the sight line of Demon. But Nami's able to play the trade. Rice balling good for another one. And just like that, Baker up by 3. It is going down here in the CVAL North 2025 playoffs. Both teams competing for a chance at the national championship. Whoever loses this is out of this bracket, will not get that opportunity for the championship. Baker with their backs against the wall, making a lower bracket run. Purdue coming off of a big 2-0 win over Western Kentucky. But I don't believe they would have gotten that win playing like this. They got to find the same rhythm that they had in that game if they want to make something happen. This is a very interesting kill. We've seen Rookie hold this entryway almost, I would say, at least half the rounds with a shotgun and can't find a kill. Finally, Demon mirrors his exact play with a shorty. I'd call that a shotgun, as everybody else would, I believe, and he is able to get up the kill. Unfortunately, he's traded by Kraken, and we're back to a 4v4. Slow play on the C side, although the spike still remains on the A side of the map in Teo's hands. Here's a great play from Nami to bait out the Viswall. And if Purdue's not smart about this, they could rotate off of A too soon. Teo utility coming out, trying to spot somebody on the A entryway, but Fate has already rotated with the spike.
30 seconds left.
Now, Sims is most likely going to be the first Purdue player here to find himself a fight. Does land a shot, but it's not going to be enough. Ladder moves, picks him up. 3v3 now, back to even.
Planted.
This round is neck and neck, regardless of the guns in the hands of Purdue. They're doing a great job making sure that their shots are counting, aiming high and taking heads. Now, Ladder moves. Most likely going to pick up Angie if she's not careful.
Last player standing.
Angie picks up Nami. Angie also picks up ladder moves. And just like that, a minute ago I mentioned the guns this round aren't mattering for Purdue. They're landing their shots. Angie picks up 2, both headshots, confidently swinging.
Thrifty.
And that's a great thrifty round from Purdue to stop this 6-round run that Baker had put on. Down but never out. I'll say it over and over and over again, especially in a game like Valorant. What a great job from them.
I got this fight.
Who's next?
Decoy.
Here we go. Demon toying with Sims. Big stun. Demon comes out of his ultimate. Gets the shorty kill in the face of Sims.
All missiles
CXL
away.
good for 1 on the ladder moves. He was trying to hold the mid rotation. Shots coming out now between Rookie and Demon. Demon loses that fight. Rookie's now good for 1. Purdue have the man advantage. Spike is not down for Baker. Big scan here from Rice Ballin. He picks up Rookie. CXL picks up Fate. CSL also picking up Rice. And just like that, it's a 5-6 game. Baker doing everything they can to take this first half advantage, but Purdue just trying to shut it down. They'll take a tie at the very least in this first half. Dumbbell knows the importance of the advantage going into the second half. He elects to take a timeout to talk it over. How can we shut out this first half? Looks like Baker has been a little more decisive at the beginning of the round in deciding what site that they're going to. And they're starting to hit it quick, but if we recall the first few round wins that we saw from Baker, the slow play and letting Purdue overextend and getting a pick is where they find their early success. Will they do that again? If I'm Dumbbell, I'm resorting to whatever worked previously, and it seems like that would be the call, but I'm interested to see what they do coming out of this timeout. Play it slow, wait for the overextend, or we see some pings here coming out. This could very well be an A-side hit, as they haven't really gone to the A-side much at all in this first half. Got to keep it a little interesting. We see the Vise from Baker going to the A-side of the map, most likely just setting up util in the doorway there. Think we might see another C-side hit. Will it be a slow hit? Will we wait for someone to overextend through mid? Let's find out. Ladder move, slow playing through. The rest of Baker, strong looking over here at C.
No more thorns.
Sims, we thought was going to be good for 1, so did he. Unfortunately for him, it was the clone of Demon. And now, the blind comes out from Sims. It doesn't pick anybody up. Baker backs off.
Go ahead.
Holding the mount. Should be good for 1, but can't make it happen. Rice Ballin finally able to pick up the trade. And now, it's 4v4. Baker, full control of C. This has been good for them in the past. It did fail 1 round, so you have to get that spike down and play it out as soon as possible if you're going to go for C. But instead, they say never mind. It looks like it's going to be a B rotation here. CXL picks up Rice Ballin, but a great trade from Ladder Moves. Ladder Moves trying to trade out Nami as well, but Rookie is not going to be taken out. Kraken now good for 1. It's a 3v1 for Purdue. Demon got to make something happen here. He's good for 1. Demon looking for another one. He's good for 2. Demon nearly finds the 3-man. But it's just that close. That little bit is what makes a big difference.
You must keep going.
And now,
even
in the
if
first
there's
half,
only one.
we are tied up. Purdue now going to be on the attacking side of things. We'll see what their attacking strategies look like. Baker, we'll see what their defensive strategies look like. We saw Purdue time and time again in the first half throw their Vise on the C side of the map. Baker looks like the Vise play on A is what they're looking for. 3 players here sitting mid. I don't believe we saw a 3-stack mid from Purdue, so there are definitely differences here in the way that these teams are going to defend. I'm interested to see how it plays out. Will Baker take the pistol round? They did lose the pistol round in the first half. They know there's someone out the B entryway.
Blinding.
Nami here, avoiding the Yoru clone. And now, big flash coming out. That means Demon is going to be good for 1. However, he's traded by Kraken, and Sims also got one of his own. So that middle map fight, I would say, in the hands of Purdue now. It's a 4v3, Purdue with the man advantage. Ladder moves here, holding a good angle to call out this C rotation as we're seeing Purdue put on. My apologies, A rotation. Great shots from ladder moves, they're just not connecting. Rookie shows his shot might be a little better at range with the Ghost, picking up ladder moves. Fate with a classic in hand.
Right there.
Spike is down now for Purdue. CXL also good for a beautiful shot onto Fate. And now we see a 1v4 for Nami, who also gets picked up by CXL. CXL with a Ghost seems to be a force you don't want to reckon with. Great job. All around from Purdue. They've taken both pistol rounds. As long as they play it right, you'd have to imagine they're going to take the follow-up round as well. Economy a big factor here in these second rounds. It's very rare that you see the team losing pistol round win the second round of the half. But
Time to jump.
anything's possible here with Baker. We know, we've seen. Here we go. This has proven to be a very good game. At one point, Baker getting 6 round wins in a row. You got to think that that would keep going, but Purdue has done a great job of not only stopping that run, but then starting with a run of their own. I believe they are now good for 4 straight. Here's ladder moves. The first fight going down to CXL. Full C site control now for Purdue. Spike is down. Angie's good for 1 on Demon on the backside of things, so now it's a 5v3. Angie's looking for another one onto Fate, but Fate is able to win that fight. Nami also good for a kill onto CXL, and just like that, it's a 3v3. However, this entire time that they've been fighting, the spike is ticking. They have to make a decision now. Race balling. The only player from Baker with full health, Nami and Fate both damaged. Here's the big kill from Kraken, who takes the attention of the other 2 players from Baker, and Rookie is able to take him out, the blindside shots, and now Purdue up by 2. Eight to 6 here. This game currently in control, in Purdue's control.
Launching swords.
Cutting through.
And Baker need to find themselves with a few round wins again. Defense, maybe not their favorite side of this map. However, all we've seen from them is pistols at this point. They have rifles in their hands now. Will they be able to make it a 1-point game, or will Purdue continue their onslaught and make it a 3-point game? Smoke's coming down now, blocking the push here from Baker. However, they're confident enough to swing out with a flash, it seems. There's going to be a fight that goes down here. Big kill. That's ladder moves for 1. Ladder moves nearly finding 2 more as they almost lined up perfectly for him. Great shot from Nami as he rolls out of the site into C-Link. And now it's a 3v3. This site, C-Site, in full control now for Purdue. And the spike is down. Demon good for 1 on the Kraken. It's a 3v2 now. The clone from Demon is shot. Blinding Sims. Fate's in a good spot to pick up Sims here. If Sims looks to the right side, there it is. A beautiful swing from Fate. He picks up Sims, and just like that, it's a 1v3 for Angie, who gets taken out by Demon. Demon good for 2 on this retake. A great swing from Fate to take out Sims, who was trying to challenge Demon and C-Link, and just like that, Baker have stopped this push, and they're now within 1. This game, back and forth, and then it seems as though it's in control of one team, and then it's in full control of the other. It's hard to say who's going to pull this one out. This game could very well go into overtime at the rate that it's moving right now. We're going to see a couple judges come out here from Baker. I lied. Just one. Still in the hands of Rice Ball, and ladder moves changed his mind. He's going Bulldog.
Behind me.
And it looks like Purdue might hit this C side of the map. Great job here from ladder moves to pick the correct side. Maybe it was called out to him to go this side. Whoever's decision it was for him to come to this side, it was the right one. We're going to see a C side hit unless they rotate off here from Purdue. Interesting wall placement here from ladder moves. There's one for Nami, two for Nami. Nami jumping all over the place. He teleports out of dodge and now is safe in C-Link. 4v3 opportunity now for Baker. Can they retake this C site? They just did it last in a 3v3. Now they have an extra man to do it with.
I'll handle this. Here. Here. Decoy.
Low playing is Baker. Util left, right, and center. Angie good for one. Sims good for one. Here's a big trade from Demon onto Sims. Great job so far. Look at this jump shot by Fate. Unfortunately, it does not connect. Angie's good for two more, and just like that, Purdue doing everything they can to not let Baker go on another multi-round win. They can't let it happen. Baker currently down by 2. We are nearing the end of this game if they can't make something happen. Ladies and gentlemen, please be aware this is a best-of-3 series. The end of this game does not mark the end of the match. Stick with us. Enjoy the whole series. You're going to wish you did.
Who's next?
Here we go. C side of the map. Completely ghost for Purdue. A side is where we're seeing a lot of the action right now. Rookie in his dimensional drift. Going to find the breach of Baker and then rotates back onto site. He knows now that A is fully out of control of Baker. There's not a single person playing on site. All players from Baker need to rotate on as fast as they can. Rookie's good for 2 with the shotgun. That's Demon and Fate dropping there. Nami and Rice Ball and slow playing with the Sheriff on the flank. They've come from B-Link trying to make something happen. Nami here is going to find himself a fight. Unfortunately, he loses it. That's CXL on the kill. Sims now waiting for the flank out of elbow, but nobody's there. Instead, it's Teo, who could catch 3 people off guard here if he's smart. Oh my gosh, he missed the shot. There could have been 3 players there from Purdue that dropped to Rice Ball, and unfortunately, it's a beautiful flick. Ladder moves could have been good for 2 as well. Unfortunately, that shorty just not doing enough damage, and he's only good for 1. So, Baker find themselves down 3 here late in the game. After going on a 6-round tear in the first half, they can't make anything happen here in the second. They do find themselves winning a round, but they just can't string it together. They need to get their defenses together. They need to fix whatever the miscommunication is on the back end. It seems as though they're heavily defending the opposite side of which Purdue chooses to push every single round to this point.
Time to jump.
Here we go. Demon defending the sand hill on the C side of the map. He could be good for 1. He decides to back off instead. Great lineups here from Fate. Big stun here as well. Here's a big swing from Baker. This could prove to be deadly for Purdue, but they've backed up fully. That could have been a crazy situation for Baker. Just timing not on their side. Now, here we go. A big push from Purdue onto the A side of the map if they've rotated from C. Just like that.
Blinding.
Baker has to full rotate, and they do just that. There are 3 people here, 1 sitting elbow. This could be big. Here's Angie, good for 1 on the Fate. Rice Ball and good for 1 on the CXL. Sims able to pick up that trade. Demon now good for 1 as well. However, he gets traded out. Trades left, right, and center. Nami good for the kill on Sims. They had no clue Nami was sitting in the back there. He's now traded out. It's a 2v1 situation for Rice. Unfortunately, he does go down. Purdue finding some sort of rhythm that we didn't see at all in the first half. Out of nowhere, they are clicking, and they are firing on all cylinders. Dumbbell calling a timeout. Baker need to regather their thoughts. They need to figure out what's happening. this game, I would say, could get out of hand. I would say it's already there. Baker need to find something. They need to find the better defensive strategy. They need the first picks. We haven't seen Baker get the first pick in the round for quite a few now, and that often makes or breaks how the rest of the round will go. You have to play around that man advantage or disadvantage, but Baker just not making it happen. We thought we might have saw the opening kill there from Demon on the C side of the map, but a great job from Purdue to use their utility to get out of dodge harmlessly. They push over to the A side of the map. It seemed like Baker was ready for that rotation, but they're just not able to make it happen. Again, I repeat, the winner of this game moves on. The loser is fully eliminated. This is the CVAL North 2025 bracket. The winner of this game will continue on for their shot at the national championship. You cannot lose this game for either one of these teams. They're doing everything they can. A big welcome back to Nami, who's returning. This is his first game back in quite a while after some roster changes. Dumbbell back to the coaching slot. And these boys, they're doing everything they can, but Purdue just doing more right now. Both teams coming off of spring break. Lots of practices. Showing off what they've learned. And look at this. It's a 5-man push onto A for Purdue, and there's not a single person from Baker anywhere on site. Nowhere near the A site of the map is Baker. Instead, they're in the spawn of Purdue. And that play completely foiled now by the vice wall that's triggered. Demon gonna push through anyway. Demon misses 1 shot, 2 shots now. He flashes out, going to re-swing. Kraken's going to pick up Rice. Demon able to pick up Rookie. Now Nami good for 1. Demon now traded out. 3v3 situation here. Spike is down for Purdue. Ladder moves trying to push out, but can't get the timing. Nami's good for another one on the CXL. His shots are clicking right now. Here's a great job from ladder moves to stun and swing, and now the Spike is being defused. It's a 1v2. Baker have the man advantage. This thing's going to get defused before Angie even swings, and that indeed it does. It's a thrifty round win here for Baker. Nami good for 3. Oh my gosh, the headshots on the swing, the backside of A push. It was a beautiful play, a great call from Dumbbell. Thought it might have been spoiled by the Vise wall, but they kept on pushing through it. Nami didn't care. Great headshots, picks up a Phantom, and just like that, it is back to a round win from Baker. Here we go. Purdue liked their chances the last time they pushed this A side of the map, as there wasn't a single person from Baker. That looks like they might try it again. I lied. As soon as I said it, they start backing up and rotating. Now it could be a C side hit. The utility was just to pull some people over from Baker, but a great job all around. Nobody from Baker rotates. And they're ready for what could be the beginning of a C side hit. Will we see another rotation? Or will ladder moves push them off? Ladder moves now. Knows the Yoru's close by as the ult waves, letting him know. Ladder moves, picked up by Rookie. Absolutely disrespectful play on the backside, but hey, whatever works, I guess. That was an insane play from Rookie. Now, full site control for Purdue. However, they don't put the spike down. Util here from Baker does stall that spike plant. And Purdue rotating yet again.
I'm back.
Look at Demon here. Able to pick up 1 on the backside. That's a great job from Demon.
Back off.
Here's Rookie with another kill on the Nami. That Judge proving to be deadly in a very interesting round where I wouldn't imagine it's even bought, much less to become a factor.
30 seconds left.
Now, Rice could be good for 2 here if he's smart. If he's smart about it, this could be a huge play from Rice. Rice, big damage. But unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. Angie there, able to cover up. Rookie good for 3 with a Judge. Rookie's running around the backside of the Baker spawn like there's 0 worries in the world. The Judge has now picked up 3. Could he find another? Here's Rookie. Finally going to get picked up by Demon. Demon now finds himself in a 1v3. He's heavily looking onto site, but no one from Purdue is on site right now. He's going to get sandwiched here by CXL. And, man, it's just not going to be enough. Now, match point for Purdue. Baker with their backs against the wall in this match. You can't give up game 1 that easily. You have to imagine Baker going to do everything in their power to stop Purdue from winning map number 1. If they unfortunately drop map number 1, that's okay. We could see a little bit of a reverse sweep in this best of 3 series, but it ain't going to be easy if Purdue keeps playing the way that they're playing. Here we go. I would love to tell you what site I believe Purdue's going to hit, but they're scattered everywhere. Here's a big swing. Unfortunately, not going in the favor of Baker. That's Rookie good for 1. Rice balling with a very courageous swing. Gonna get picked up. Rookie now good for 2 before teleporting out of dodge. CXL with the sandcastle hold.
Rip and tear.
And now we see a full rotate over to A. Not a single person from Baker to be found here.
Thorns activated.
Who's next?
Ladder moves, holding elbow, hoping to pick one up. Might just pick up the Omen here, if he's smart about it. In ladder moves, we trust. Ladder's got to be good for 1 here if we want to see something happen. Big ultimate here from Ladder. Avoids the stun.
Last player
Tries to avoid all other util, and he very well would have had CXL not held that line of sight, but that's a great pick, and just like that, it's a 1v5 situation for Fate. It's going to take a miracle. Fate swings into the sight line of 4 different players. It was a courageous attempt. I respect the attempt. Fate, unfortunately, goes down. And just like that, map number 1 is taken by Purdue. All right, ladies and gentlemen, first map down, 13-8 in favor of Purdue. Rookie with a fantastic game all around. The Judge, the Vandal, the Ghost, the Sheriff. We saw it all from him, absolutely dominating everything there is to dominate here about Baker in map number 1. Baker going to take a moment, talk about everything they can. How can they win map number 2? That's in just a moment. When we return, map number 2 will be underway. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate your viewership. I'm sure the team does as well, as we are ready to get set for game number 2 in this best of 3 series. Purdue taking the first round off of Baker in a 13-8 win. They were dominant in the pistol round, which propelled them in the follow-up round and the bonus rounds. We saw Baker with a 6-round run, but it just wasn't enough. That was in the first half. They couldn't quite piece anything together in the second half. The attack for Purdue just absolutely flawless. It seemed they were ready to go. Now we find ourselves on Split. This map, compared to all the others, very unique for several different reasons. We've seen Baker play this map time and time again, and middle map control seems to be their heavy strategy going into this map. We'll see what happens. For those of you just now joining us as we look at the list of players on the right side, Fate, Rice, Demon, Ladder Moves, and Nami, an unfamiliar face that is returning, will be a familiar face moving forward. Let's go, Nami. We're happy to have him back on the starting roster. Dumbbell taking his role back to the coach's slot where he was originally. That is where he's looking to run it up from. Now, I mentioned earlier, Purdue's coming off of a 2-0 win from Western Kentucky. Baker coming off of a 0-2 loss versus Maryville. So, out of nowhere, you start to see where the map number 1 win from Purdue might have came in. They're coming off of a hot game. Both teams had a little bit of a spring break, but neither team were ready for what the other could bring in. That first game was so close. Left, right, left, right, left, right, and then finally skewed all the way to the left side, that being Purdue. Now, for those of you interested in the map picks, the first map was picked by Purdue. And that was Lotus, and they did win that one. Baker, however, gave them a really good run in the first half. You'd like to see a really dominant win on your map's pick, but Baker did a good job of adjusting on the short notice to Lotus. Now, we go into map number 2. And map number 2, that being Split, was picked by Baker. So Baker looking to tie this thing up. They are on their own map and doing everything in their power to get this game to go to 3. It wants to go the distance. They want it to go the distance. They want to win this thing. They want to keep pushing this lower bracket. Whoever loses today is going home. They're no longer in the run. Whoever wins will be in contention for the national championship. But it's a do-or-die situation for both teams, especially now Baker, who lost map number 1. Getting ready and locked in for the second game. Pistol round underway shortly. Boys doing everything they can on the back end. You gotta wonder what Dumbbell's talking about here going into split. It's your map. It's your call. You have to assume that Purdue would have done some VOD review and, maybe expected you to pick that map. Maybe they did some research and tried to break down the attacking half for Baker. I think that's really the big deciding factor in why they continue to win these games on split. As long as the boys can win this lower bracket out, they have a solid shot at the national championship. That's what the big deal is. That's what we're here for. This is a bracket to decide that, but we are looking to the future, as I'm sure every team is. You have to expect you're going to pull this bracket out. You can't be too caught up in the moment. You have to be prepared for what is on the horizon as well. Bear with us as we have some technical difficulties on the back end. We'll keep you up to the minute as much as humanly possible.
They found my wire.
Alrighty. Here we go. First round pistol goes to Purdue. We're back in the game. The Baker boys are pushing the B side of the map. No one is ready for Rookie here in this corner as he's good for a big collateral shot on the race and Nami. Pops his clone. Ladder move's going to be full blinded, now picked up by Sims. Rookie pushes through and picks up Demon just like that. Baker down 0-2. They lost the pistol round. They lose the follow-up.
Give me a moment.
And Rookie's good for 3. Rookie has proved to be such a dominant player here for Purdue up to this point. Good for 2s and 3s. It's rare that you only see him pick up 1. It's even more rare that you see him lose his life without at least doing some sort of damage to the Baker side of the field. And a very interesting situation here from Baker. It's their map pick. Again, this is Baker's map pick. If you're Baker, you have to win this game. You have to tie up the series. You have to force a map 3. And I'm sure they're not happy about going down 0-2, but it's very early. It's very early. We've seen Baker come back from far worse. But you got to get that aggression early. Rookie does such a great job of finding key positions on that Baker push. He plays up close. He's playing with the shotgun again.
No peeking.
Here's some Raise Util up into ropes. Doesn't pick up anybody as Angie was holding down in this little cubby.
My camera is
Here's
destroyed.
Fate. He plays right into the camera of Sim.
Last player standing. Spike down B. Alrighty, we are back. I apologize for the inconveniences. Technical difficulties got us tripping over our own situation right now. But as we return, I'm welcomed by a 4-1 advantage here for Purdue. Dumbbell has called the timeout, and Baker looking to take their stand here in the second game, trying to find themselves back in a powerhouse position, but it's not going to be easy. Purdue doing a fantastic job here of defending split. I would imagine, in my own personal belief, that this map is very heavily defense favored. And it seems as though Baker is proving to me that that might be a valid opinion. But we'll see what happens. Baker just need to keep this first half close. If they want an opportunity to tie this thing up late. Here we go. Rookie with a very aggressive swing now. He's going to pick up Demon. Now the man advantage for Purdue. Ladder move is able to pick up Kraken. We're back to 4-4. Even standing here. Util coming out onto site for Purdue. Is it going to be enough, though? Rookie able to pick up Rice Ballin and Fate.
Player standing.
Now Angie good for a kill onto Nami, and CXL good for one of his own onto ladder moves, and just like that, the retake is absolutely flawless. There wasn't a single live lost since ladder moves kill. The retake is executed perfectly. Rookie is absolutely shining right now.
Strike at their weak points.
I may go as far as saying that Rookie is proving to be Purdue's best player in this match. Not to say long term, but definitely in this match. And I don't think there's a single person that is going to disagree with me. He's in the right spot at the right time every single round, whether it be with a shotgun or with a rifle. He's A, hitting his shots, B, positioning himself perfectly, and C, just absolutely stopping Aspire everywhere they go. Sorry, Baker. Jesus, that can't happen. Here we go. Fate now with a bunch of util in his face. He's going to back off into this corridor, trying to pick up Rookie, but Rookie, guess who? You know, guess who and guess what? Rookie's good for 2, and now it's a 5v3 in favor of Purdue. Demon slow playing into garage.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B. My ultimate's
CXL's
ready.
good for a kill on Nami. And another. Ladder moves able to pick up one of his own. Now ladder moves slow playing mid. Ladder moves in a 1v4 and he's about to get pinched if he's not careful. Ladder moves able to get picked up by Kraken. A beautiful shot. Kraken, who I thought was going to be caught off guard, very much so caught on guard. And is able to shut down ladder moves. Now, Baker, down by 5 in this first half. Absolutely treacherous, if you will. Baker need to tread carefully here. Their backs are literally against the wall. If they cannot win this round, their economy is not going to look great. You have to imagine that you can keep this first half as close as you possibly can. If not taking advantage in this first half, which they can't at this point, but they can sure do their best to keep it close. They need to string together a few wins. We saw them win 6 straight in the first half of the first map. Now, they need to do it again.
Caught one.
Fire in the hole.
Here we go. Fate good for the first blood. Demon good for the second. Rookie able to pick one up. Demon now good for another one. That's Sims. Angie gonna drop to Rice Ballin. Just like that, we're seeing a team that we haven't seen in 7 rounds. Here's Rookie. Good for 1. Rookie good for 2. Rookie almost good for 4. He picked up 1 earlier in the round. Demon's good for 3 this round.
Speak up.
If
and
Rookie
ask
would have
questions.
worked himself out of that
Assumptions
round,
will
I
only
would
get
have
us in
been
trouble.
absolutely jaw dropped. For a second. Just
need a
for a
weapon.
second. It looked like he might have been able to do this.
Thank you.
And now Baker back in the win column. 6-2. They got to win this one as well. The economy of Purdue looks so well right now. So well. All they need is one more round win to secure themselves the advantage going into the second half. For those of you wondering in chat, the next map that we go to, should Baker win this map, is going to be Fracture.
There.
Here we go. Rice Ballin able to destroy the util here of Teo. Rice Ballin trying to pick one up, doing everything he can. But Purdue just avoiding any sort of gunfight here early in the round. Heavy mid presence from Baker. I mentioned before the game even started that they love middle map presence on this map. Here's an ultimate that allows Baker to push up. Demon dropping to CXL, who was full stunned. Nami using his ultimate ability. That's a revive, but he needs to find a kill very soon, or at least an assist, or he will inevitably go down. Nami now dead anyway. Here is a big kill from Fate that definitely should have been 2, but he can't make it happen. Now Rice Ballin good for 1. Flash coming out from Rookie. He's able to pick up Rice Ballin, and now it's a 1v3 for Ladder Moves. Ladder Moves nearly good for 1, maybe even 2 the way they were lining up, but he can't find any. And Sims is able to get a kill with the Classic. It's now a 7-2 game in favor of Purdue.
Cage triggered.
Now, Baker need to take a deep breath. They need to do everything they can to get themselves out of this hole that they find themselves in. They're currently down 5. If you can string together a few more wins in this first half, try and keep it close. You have the advantage on the side of defense going into the second half. It's just a matter of keeping this close enough. Keep it in arm's reach. Here we go. Round number 10. Underway. Rookie heavy pushing up. Gonna find one. Is traded out by Demon. It's a 4v4. Rookie of all players to go down here for Baker is huge. Baker need him off the field. He's such a diabolical piece of information for Purdue. Shredding all around. CXL's good for 1. Another trade here. Ladder Move's going to be able to be there for his teammate. It's a 3v3. Rice Ballin might have just caught a glimpse of Angie, but doesn't know that she teleported out. Now, Angie, slow pushing into mid. Could very well find a fight here with Fate or Ladder Moves. But it looks like everybody might be pushing through. Currently in Vent, working their way through. Might go ropes over to A. If Baker only knew there were less people on the B side of the map. Although we are seeing a rotate here from Purdue. Here's Angie with a big pick. Angie finding a pick on that side of the map is genuinely good for Baker. It sucks to lose the life, but it does allow Baker to full push onto the A side of the map uncontested. Ladder Moves here. If he's good for 1, you'd like to see the chances that Fate may have. I lied. It doesn't even matter. Ladder Moves is good for 4 this round, and they lined up absolutely perfectly. Ladder Moves finds both of them, and that's a thrifty round for Baker in round 10. Now, looking to move into round 11, Purdue know the importance of having several rounds of insurance going into the second half. They call a timeout here. They're going to talk over what they can do to try and make this an 8-3 first half. Possibly even a 9-3 if they find their strats and work through them properly. For those of you just joining, or maybe those that were here but didn't hear me, or or missed out, whatever it may be, this bracket is so important. Moving on in this bracket means a shot at the national championship. It's every collegiate Valorant player's dream. That's what you're here for. That's what you compete for. They're doing everything they can. Both teams right now are in the lower bracket. This is a lower bracket match. Here we go. Timeout dissolved. Baker going to have an opportunity to make this a 7-4 first half. If Baker can somehow string together these next 2 rounds, a 7-5 first half is genuinely, for split, not bad at all. Not bad at all. They're down, but most certainly not out. They just need to make something happen here. They need to play the way that they've showed us they can. Rookie playing a little further back this round than we've seen him play in previous, which is interesting because usually you see more success when Rookie was playing up close.
Here. Here.
Here we go. Fate could very well be the one for Baker to find the first fight if Angie gets a little impatient here. Fate dropping his teleport just in case. Here we go. Here's going to be a swing. It's a double swing. Fate's good for one on the Rookie. Fate gets traded out by Angie, but Rookie going down is a big factor here for Baker. Demon could be one on good for one. Angie's able to pick up Demon as well. It's a 4v3 situation. Purdue, man advantage. Sims, slow playing here, waiting for the call, waiting to double swing mid with the rest of Purdue. And now it looks like Baker is going to hit the A side of the map. They don't know that Breach is playing so deep on site. They could check every corner, but if they're not careful with that one in particular, they're going to have some problems. Ladder moves with a big pick onto CXL, but Angie's good for a third one. Angie currently up for an ace.
One enemy remaining.
Here's Kraken. I mentioned if they don't check that corner, it's going to be dangerous. Ladder moves now the last one standing. A 1v2 situation. Now a 1v1 situation. Ladder moves good.
Ultimate's ready.
Spike going down.
Spike planted.
Ladder moves could clutch up huge here. 1v1 situation. A big round if Baker can take it. The timing might not be in Ladder moves' favor. And it's not. Sims able to take out Ladder moves, and just like that, we're going to see an 8-3 game for Purdue. Purdue fans going crazy right now. I respect it. They are playing so well here in the defense half of Split. Baker going to do everything in their power to make this an 8-4 half, but economy really not going their way. Rice Ballin stuck with a Bucky. Nami with a Stinger. Nope. Nami just swung from the Stinger over to a Spectre. Vandal in the hands of Fate. Two Phantoms here for Ladder moves and Demon. And it looks like a team full of Phantoms on the side of Purdue.
Cutting through.
Here we go. Last round of the first half. Baker doing everything they can to keep it close. Purdue doing everything they can to keep this possession of control.
Taken out.
Camera here from Sims is gonna spot two. They know it's going to be a B-side hit. All of Baker on site right now except for Ladder moves. Ladder moves lurking up mid. Could find one heaven here. Here we go. Demon's in a good spot to pick up Angie. He does that. Nami's good for one onto Rookie. Here's Demon with a couple pop shots into CT. He's good for another one on his Sims. Here comes the ultimate from Demon. It's not going to find one. Both players remaining from Purdue are able to back out and stay out of harm's way. Everybody alive here for Baker. Util left, right, and center. The clone is shot. It stuns CXL, but he's able to get a kill full blinded. Rice Ballin good for one in the process, and Ladder moves with a right click onto CXL. This round going to Baker. Baker's only down 4 going into the second half of what I would consider a very defensive map. Can they close this gap early on? We're going into a pistol round. For those of you that are just joining us, there has not been a single pistol round in the favor of Baker. Both of them from the first map going to Purdue. The first one in this map going to Purdue. It's going to take a lot, but you want to win pistol here. You want to win the follow-up, and you most certainly want to win bonus round if you're Baker. If you do just that, this is only a 1-point game. There's a lot of things that need to happen in that statement. It's a lot easier said than done. You have to fire on all cylinders. You have to stop the push. And we don't even know what Purdue's attack half looks like here on Split. We've seen Baker do it 100 times. I'm curious as to what the strategies are going to be for Purdue. Here we go. Kraken, good for the opening kill onto Fate. That was on the A side of the map. And that's where the push is going to be. My apologies. Looks like that kill was actually in mid. So that could stall Demon's rotation as he believes there could be someone here. But while he's holding, all of Purdue is on the A side of the map, and there is not a single person from Baker prepared to defend this. Rice Ballin, full sprinting through blinds. Gonna pop his stun and does hit a bunch of people. Rice Ballin with a beautiful shot. Ladder moves with one of his own as well. Rice Ballin's traded out by the utility of Kraken. Now, here's the big shot from Demon and ladder moves. They take down Kraken together. It's a 3v2 situation. Nami in a good spot here. Will he pick up CXL? He misses one, drops down into safety, and is full gone. Now, Demon running with his knife out. Gonna get picked up by Sims. Very poor decision here from Demon. And now Laddermove's gonna get pushed out. Laddermove's good for one. Big damage onto Sims as well. It's now a 1v1. Sims with just 22 health. Nami with full. Nami needs to land one, maybe two shots here.
Spike planted.
Nami knows based off of this plant, if he didn't swing this way, he's definitely elbow right now. Nami, bad timing for Nami if he doesn't swing. There it is. Big headshot. Nami, great round win. This is the first pistol win of the match for Baker. And they're able to make this an 8-5 game. They will have the advantage. They will have the economy in their favor going into round number 2.
Yous don't get a reset button, so stay alive, please.
Here we go. Baker, 2 rounds in a row. 1 including the pistol. We're going to see Fate with a Marshall. Very interesting call. Looks like he might hold a ramp with said Marshall. Unfortunately for him, doesn't look like anybody from Purdue is even looking at that side. Not even thinking about it. A full push here on the B side of the map. Util used, but it doesn't spot anybody out. Nami now in a good spot. Smoke here holding off his line of sight. Rookie's going to push through, though, it looks like. Maybe second guessing himself. Probably the best decision for him. Another smoke here for Nami. Here's CXL. Most likely going to be the first contact that Demon finds. It is indeed. Demon stunned now, but nobody from Purdue is pushing up. Now they do after he's stunned. Here's some damage coming out. Demon down to just 21 health. He's got a judge in hand, though, so he has the rifle power advantage here in this situation. Satchel charges out of the utility, then throws a grenade. This is great to stall the push, but Demon's picked up on the jump swing. Now, 4v3 man advantage after Nami's kill onto Kraken. 2 players here from Baker have control of the spike in the garage of B. Angie could be good for one if she rechecks the stairs. The timing is really not in her favor. CXL, a beautiful shot onto Rice Ball, and Nami also gonna fall to CXL. That changes things exponentially. CXL with another one on the ladder moves. CXL, 2 shots in the mag. Now gonna pick up a Bulldog, taken out by Fate. Fate now in a 1v2 with a Marshall. Fate doesn't hit that shot. Very, very, very close, though. Here's a big stun. Fate. Beautiful shots. Doing damage, but is going to get picked up by Sims through the smoke. It's a thrifty round here from Purdue. A huge round win. They didn't have the advantage. They didn't have the rifle power, and it didn't matter. Now, they're back up 4. They stopped the 2-round run that Baker found themselves in, and Baker back on to an interesting economy situation. Fingers in hand, Fate with a classic, and we're going to see a lot of firepower here for the side of Purdue. Here we go. Full A-side push here for Purdue. Ladder moves could find himself with good timing. Ladder moves and Fate are together. They had a beautiful flank, but they didn't take advantage of it. Teo is also in a good spot here to flank Fate. Fate needs to check his left corner. Fate needs to check his left corner. Fate gets picked up by CXL. Rookie picks up Nami with a judge. Ladder moves now trades out CXL, but it's still a 2v4 situation. Purdue with the advantage. Ladder moves has a Vandal in his hand. That's always a dangerous situation. He's expecting Rookie to push through here. The timing not in his favor. Now it is timed up. Ladder moves stunned, picked up by Sims, and just like that, it's a 5-point advantage now for Purdue. This map, reminding you, was Baker's pick, but you wouldn't know it based on the scoreboard. What an absolute catastrophe we have unraveling here. Baker need to find their rhythm if they want any sort of chance of tying this thing up.
Gun here. I need a drop.
The economy for Baker
Cutting
after the
through.
force buy still not going well. Sheriffs in hand, ladder moves with what I would imagine was one of the craziest shots we've seen yet. Unfortunately, he's traded out by Kraken. Fortunately for Purdue, though. And now it's 4v4. Baker knows the push is on the A side of the map. Demon is in a deadly position here to pick up one, maybe even two or three. Somehow that shot does not take out CXL. A big trade for Fate. Demon doesn't pick up any. Nami now picks up one onto Angie. Here's a big one for Nami. A big fight that is. Could have picked up one more. Instead takes his opportunity to run out. Harm-free. Pops his util to slow the push. He knows now that they're going to be rotating to B. This is great util here. Nami's now good for another one with just 10 health. Nami, good for another one. Nami finds himself 3, 1 in ropes, 2 on Heaven. A side, B side. I'm all over the place. It was B side, I promise. And now Baker back within 4. They need to start clicking. They need to get as close as they can. Both Nami and ladder moves have their ultimate abilities. That could be great for a retake. Nami possibly able to play his own trade. If he's found in a very interesting situation, maybe somewhere on a flank or on the opposite side of the map from where the push is. Looks like the push might be mid here for Purdue. Demon destroys the util before backing up into B, and now Kraken gonna take the spike to the B side. Fate's good for one onto Angie. That's a great job here, getting a kill with the Bulldog
Time to jump.
versus a team full of Vandals and Phantoms. Here's Fate preparing his flash. This could be a deadly swing if he times it properly. Rookie, great pick. Demon good for 1. Demon good for 2.
down, B.
Demon nearly good for
One
3. That's a
enemy
great
remaining.
cross with Fate. Fate is unfortunately traded out by Sims. Wow, beautiful shots from Demon. Demon's still in a position to pick up another one as well. Great job from ladder moves to cover Demon. If ladder wasn't there, you gotta imagine Demon falls as he had utility in his hand instead of a rifle. Bad timing for Demon. Great timing for ladder moves. Great timing for Baker. Baker now down 3. They're piecing away at this lead slowly. Not much room for error, though. They have to keep making this thing happen. Fate gonna buy an operator. We've seen Baker do damage with a Marshall. Now with an operator, you gotta imagine they'll be twice, maybe 3 times as deadly, especially if Fate can predict what side of the map this Purdue team is looking to push. Currently, he's set up on the B side of the map, and there are a bunch of people here. Great anti-flash from Fate. Now, very heavy presence in mid for Purdue. Fate has to teleport out of garage. Ladder move's not able to take out the utility here from Teo. And now Fate with a deadly line of sight. Anti-flash again. Able to avoid that stun. Fate doing a great job of avoiding every bit of util thrown his way. And now a rotation. Fate surely calling this out. They're not B anymore. They would have already pushed by now. Fate uses his ultimate and pushes through to find out where they went. Ladder move's good for a kill onto Sims, but he's traded out.
Your feet!
Sims was able to pick one out before he's dead. Rice Ballin ultimated. So was Rookie, though. Rookie still comes away with the kill. 2v4 situation, 2-man advantage for Purdue. Fate with an operator in hand. If he's good for 2 here, it would make things different.
Anyone
There's a
else?
big pick onto CXL. Kraken now not willing to swing that corridor. I don't blame him. As soon as Fate got that kill, he decided to go the opposite direction. Nami could be good for 1 here, but he has to expect somebody playing Heaven. Now, they drop out of Heaven. They go back to CT. Nami does spot one out here. Nami's good for 1. Nami overheals, gets picked up by Angie, uses his ultimate,
Last player
and
standing.
does not get the kill onto Angie. Just like that, Fate in a 1v2 has the operator in his hand, and it's not going to be enough. Not only did Baker lose that round, but they lost 4,700 credits on an operator that did virtually nothing for them in that retake effort. Dumbbell calling a timeout. They need to get it together. Purdue, 2 rounds away right now from taking this entire thing and moving on in the lower bracket round. Sending Baker home. Baker need to string together some round wins here. Baker need to win 6 rounds to Purdue's 2. Let's call this a 0-0 game for sake of easiness. Baker needs to win the next 8 rounds in a 6-2 fashion. Unbelievable. At least tying this up, forcing overtime would be huge for Baker. But economy wasn't in their favor before buying that operator. It sure is not in their favor now. Purdue came ready to ball, and they are. Operator again for Fate. I am absolutely baffled that they would have bought the operator twice. They know better than I do. Just a little caught off guard, that's all. If Fate can pick up 1 or 2 this round early, it could be worth it. But it's going to be an interesting situation. Fate does have an angle here versus all 5 players of Purdue. Opening kill for Fate. He teleports out. 5v4, man advantage for Baker. Util coming out. Rice balling good for 1. Fate back on the old. Fate's going to get stunned. Pops his flash and backs up. Now looking to repeat. Wants to do it properly. Pops the decoy. Purdue backing off. Purdue now swinging into the middle map area. I would have liked to see somebody from Baker push through sewers in the time that hit was unfolding on B. It would have been awesome to see some sort of fight here in this corridor as somebody was pushing through sewers. We saw that fight earlier in the game with ladder moves pushing through. That's when Baker was on offense. And now, what we thought was a rotation could be just a different angled hit onto B. Here's a stun. Demon. Good for 1. Demon pops a satchel to back him off of this push.
30 seconds left.
Anti-flash for Demon. Angie's able to get the kill while he's looking away.
Last player standing.
Big shot from Fate.
Spike
Fate now
down,
good for
B.
2. Rice balling good for another as
everyone,
well.
and our job gets
Just
a
like
whole
that,
lot
Baker
easier.
have won the 19th round of this game.
They think they're so secure.
11-8 now. Baker always find a way to make this thing entertaining, I'll tell you. They always find a way to make it a nail-biter. It can never be an easy win, huh? You know what I mean? These guys are something. Fate still with the operator in his hand, obviously, as he wasn't taken down previously. Demon with a classic in hand. However, he does have his ultimate ability. Now he buys the Vandal. Great cam from Sims here.
Spike down.
Able to
A.
spot ladder moves, but it takes their attention and tunnel onto ladder moves while Fate picks the opening kill. Ladder moves also good for 1 regardless of the cam spotting. Just like that, 5v3, 2-man advantage for Baker.
Here.
Now, Purdue, slow playing,
Hold it
hoping
close.
Baker expects a rotation. But Fate
Cutting
is
through.
determined to not move. Omen smoke down. Here we go. Ladder moves could find himself a kill here. Possibly trades out, or he's good for 2. Ladder move's not good for 1. It's a beautiful shot here from Angie. Fate able to pick up another one onto Sims. Fate proving why that operator was a good purchase again. Now Rice balling.
30 seconds left.
Maybe able to find a fight with Angie, but she backs off. Demon
One
now in a
enemy
good spot to
remaining.
pick up 1. He does.
Spike
That's
down,
CXL
mid.
dropping. Demon now has Spike. Demon jumping down into the pit. Right clicking
Okay.
onto
Who's got
Angie.
the
What an
snaps?
aggressive swing from Demon. Great job. Great patience from Demon there. In ropes. Until he has a feeling that second one's there. Then he goes full on Rambo. Baker are bringing this thing back. It's currently 11-9 in favor of Purdue. We haven't heard much from Rookie in the last few rounds. Such a dominant presence on the field in map number 1 and even the first half of map number 2, but really not much going on here in the second half for him. Definitely picking up kills, respect and credit where it's due. Just not nearly putting up the stats he was putting up in the first map. Their timeout currently ensuing. You have to imagine they're talking about how to close out this game. They don't want just one round win. They need two. They want them both. You can't let Baker tie this thing up. You definitely can't let Baker take the lead here this late in the game. Baker's now gotten 4 of the last 5 rounds, which is exactly what they need to bring this thing back. Here we go. Looks like it could be a very strong hit on the B. Util is out from Yoru and Teo. Nami gonna let that go through. Nami pushing through the smoke. Nami sat in the corner and waited for the Util to pass him. The Util didn't even glance at him.
Spike.
Nami pushes through the smoke and picks up 2. What a smart play there from Nami. Now a 3v5 situation. Baker with a 2-man advantage yet again. Thanks to the play by Nami. Here we go. Things have slowed down tremendously. And you have to imagine if you're Baker, you got to start catching on to this trend. When you pick up 1 or 2 early on, Purdue doesn't like to instantly rotate. They play slow, they back off, and they sit for a few seconds. And then they decide if they want to try and rehit or rotate. But I would imagine off those 2 kills, Demon and Ballin, who are sitting middle right now, knew that Purdue was going to be sitting just outside of this garage area here on the B side of the map. Especially seeing as they haven't seen anybody in mid. They either went all the way through their spawn or they stayed B.
30 seconds left.
Here we go. Sims good for 1 on the Rice Ballin. Rice Ballin overextended there. I'm not sure I like that play with just 12 seconds left on the clock.
10 seconds
Time
left.
most certainly in the favor of Baker here. They could have just played slow, and they are for the most part trying to take the economy away from Purdue. I respect what they're trying to do, but in the bigger picture, you can't drop another round. You have to keep your guns. You have to keep your utility. You have to keep your rifles. Here we go. Baker now just down 1.
This goes here.
Weapons up. Comms open. All missiles away. Locating target.
Here is the push from Purdue yet again onto the B side of the map. It hasn't worked for him now for 3 rounds straight. Yet they're going for it again. Fate using his ultimate ability on the A side of the map. I love it. It clears out everything. They now know there's not a single person lurking on the A side of the map. It's 100% B. Nami, good for 1. I lied. That's Demon. Great job here from Demon to support Nami. Ladder move's also good for 1. Now, Baker have the 2-man advantage, and look carefully at what I just called out a moment ago. Now, we see Purdue sitting still. They're not rotating. They're backing off, and they're just going to sit here in garage. As soon as they lose a kill or 2 off rip, they just stall. And that, I thoroughly believe, is the reason why they can't string together a win here late. Nami's able to pick up 2 more. And now it's a 5v1. Sims trying to pick up Demon. This could be a flawless round for Baker, and it will be. Nami has 3 on the round. Beautiful job by Nami. In the previous round, he picked up 2 early on. Nami has been an absolute riot here late in this second half, and that's when we need him most. Now we are tied up 11-11. going into round number 23.
Vamos, gente!
Demon, stunned out by Breach, was looking to swing mid, but decided not to ultimately. Demon pops his ultimate, doesn't pick up any. That is a terrible waste of an ultimate. That's such a big ultimate to get the first pick. Unfortunately, it doesn't connect. Surely he wanted more there. The stun timing was just absolutely beautiful. A stun from Rice Ball into back up. Rookie in a very good position here with his ultimate ability. Ticking down now. Rookie trying to get a kill with the shotgun. Cannot make it happen. Rice Ball in. That's a huge pick onto a critical player. And now Ladder Moves could find himself with 3. Ladder Moves good for 1, but gets traded out. At least he got 1. Rice Ballin good for 2. Rice Ballin now traded out as well, but it's just not enough. Sims now finds himself in a 1v3. Fate in a damn good position to pick up the last one. Misses his shot. Oh my gosh. Sims with a crazy headshot onto Fate in blind. And now a 2v1 situation. A man advantage seems to not be much when playing Sims, but Demon is good for the headshot. Now, Baker going to have the lead after what we saw wasn't impossible, but very close to it.
Thank you.
Beautiful job from Baker. Nami gonna get his ultimate ability off of that defuse as well. So Baker not only
Match point.
make a very generous comeback, they find themselves with the lead here at match point. Baker fans were hoping for an overtime. Never in their wildest dreams would they have seen an opportunity to win in regulation. We also see 2 ultimate abilities available here. 1 for Vise, 1 for Clove. That is Ladder Moves and Nami. 2 operators on the field now. Demon and Fate both have an operator. You got to imagine 1 on each side of the map. Demon actually has his in mid. I don't hate it. He could pick up Kraken here if Kraken's not ready for it. Kraken probably going to flash himself out, which would stall Demon, unless Demon's ready for the anti-flash. Unfortunately, he's not. Is flashed, does back up into heaven on the B side.
Decoy.
Rookie, going to trip the Vise wall with his clone. And then backs off.
I'll return.
Interesting here to trip the Vise wall, yet still rotate A. I would really like to see someone from Baker rotate out of mid or B here, ASAP. Especially with all the util that's popping, and we see both. 1 from B and 1 from mid. Ladder Moves good for 1. He's traded out by Sims. Now Nami with a very courageous push down the ramp of the A side. He's good for 2. Nami could find another here if he's smart about it. Unfortunately, he's picked up. He pops his ultimate ability. Drops back into safety, looking for another one. Stunned out, does not get another one, but it changes the point of view here for Purdue. They had to focus on Nami there for about 3 seconds, which doesn't sound like a lot of time, but it's critical right now.
Here.
And they're still slow playing heaven with just 21 seconds on the clock. Fate still with an operator in hand. Demon elects to pick up a Vandal. They're going to find CXL here. He's going to overswing. They get him. There's the kill. CXL now down. The plant going down. Demon knows the plant's here. And just like that, Baker make one of the craziest comebacks we've seen yet and lock this second map down. That's 13-11. What an insane comeback. 3 players alive for Baker. They're there to party with each other, and partying they are, swinging the knives left, right, and center. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that have just recently joined us, we're about to go back to break until we're ready for map number 3. But Purdue winning the first one 13-8 on Lotus, which was their map pick. Baker winning the second one 13-11 on Split, which was Baker's map pick. When we return, we will see who takes this game and continues on their lower bracket run. We're going to find out who's going home and losing their opportunity at the Collegiate National Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the game. We are going to fracture the map with revolving doors. The map, not revolving doors. I stumbled already. I'm too excited for game number 3. The map with trigger doors. They open when you're close to them. They make the most noise in the world. The map where utility is huge, utility from underground, utility from heaven, all sorts of different sight lines on to sites. This is where we decide who continues their run as they search for the national championship. Loser of this one map goes home and is no longer eligible for that national championship. What a huge game we are about to watch. Players have popped off left, right, and center. Map number 1 MVP, I would deem as Rookie. Map number 2 MVP, I would deem as Nami. The teams are playing so well together. We saw an insane comeback, absolutely insane comeback from Baker on map number 2. They're looking to find themselves out of the hole for the first time in this entire series. The series is tied 1-1. The game will start 0-0. They were losing in the first map. They were losing in the second map. And they found their way back both times. I'm sorry, they found their way back the second time. They almost found their way back in the first map, but it just quite wasn't enough. It makes sense, though. Lotus was the map pick for Purdue. But map number 3, this one, is the decider. You're wondering who picked map number 3? Wasn't really picked, but Baker did get the final ban, and that was to ban Pearl. Meaning, Baker could have chosen between Pearl and Fracture. They chose Fracture. I'm dying to see what this last map is going to look like. Game number 1, 13-8 in favor of Purdue. Game number 2, 13-11 in favor of Baker. Now we go into the pistol round. It's important to note, Baker has lost 3 of the 4 pistol rounds leading to this point. Baker defending first here. Love the changes they made to this map early on. Makes it an all-around more fluent map. And we are underway. Round number 1. Here we go.
Blinding front. Not ready yet.
A site hit here for Purdue. They're not wasting any time whatsoever. Util everywhere. It's an interesting situation. Baker hitting from the backside. Purdue hitting from the front.
Spike planted.
And Rookie now with the courageous attempt to push into mid. He's going to take the first damage from Fate. And now, Baker, full pushing onto site. Seems as though Purdue has already dropped control, though, however. They back up. Here's a big trade from Rice falling onto Rookie. Rookie was good for 1. Angie now good for 2. Ladder good for 1. Ladder good for 2. Ladder good for 3. 1v1 situation. Ladder versus Kraken. Ladder, dodge this flash. Fakes the stick. Damage through the box. Ladder moves good for 4 on the pistol round. Oh my gosh. Gets the defuse as well. Ladder moves just single-handedly gave the pistol round to Baker. What a beautiful job. He picks up 3, swings, fakes the defuse, and finds the last one through the box. A great, great job all around. Ladder moves, finds himself up top. He's got the Bulldog in hand now, and the rest of the team follows as they are able to purchase, and Purdue is not. A couple sheriffs here for Rookie and CXL, the 2 that we've seen with excellent shots, but will they have the shots that they had in the previous 2 maps here in map number 3? Let's find out. Looks like we're going to see another A-side hit. I lied. They used their utility and now they're rotating to B. Stim is down from Brimstone and they're able to rotate much quickly. Much quicker. Onto the B side of the map. Here we go. CXL underground looking to hit the flank. Now, Baker with good numbers on B. The only person that's not there is Demon. And he's not in a bad spot seeing as he's using Neon. He can rotate very quickly. Every single person from Purdue pushed underground on the B side of the map. Ladder good for 1. Fate good for 2. Fate and Ladder both get traded out, but the man advantage still in favor here of Baker. Rice good for 1. He's traded out as well. Here we go. CXL finds himself in a 1v2. He has just 25 damage. Nothing is impossible. Sheriff in hand. We've seen him hit his shots so far, but Nami with a great opportunity here. Knife out. Nami finds him. That's going to be a 2-0 Baker. Going into round number 3, the bonus round.
Remember to talk to each other.
This is huge for Creds. It's huge for economy to follow in the next 2 to 3 rounds. This could be a deciding round win here for the score early on. Fate and Rice. Interested to see what guns they're going to buy here in the bonus round. They currently have classics in hand and nothing else. It's a full buy for everyone except for Rookie, who doesn't quite have enough money. He buys the Judge. We've seen him pick up a 3K in map number 1, so as far as I can tell, it doesn't really matter that he doesn't have a Vandal. Orbs picked up. Stim beacon down. And Purdue pushing heavily onto the B site. Plant is down almost immediately. 5v5. Rookie using his ultimate ability to spot 3 in the back, then teleporting back to the start point of that ultimate ability to stay out of harm's way. They now know 3 players from Baker are pushing from this side of the map. Big pick here from Angie. Angie looking for another one. She does find one under Rice. Her XL are going to pick up Demon. Angie good for her 3rd, and Sims finds Nami. It's a flawless round win here in the bonus round for Purdue. Here we go. Purdue finally find themselves in the win category. It's a 2 versus 1 scoreboard. Rookie now with plenty of credits to buy a Vandal or a Phantom. Decides to stick with the Judge. I respect the call. He's devoted to the Judge. And he's going to show us why, I would assume, if Baker's not ready for the side of attack. It's a backside B hit. Camera's up for ladder moves. He spots a few. Rookie and CXL up the ropes. They're now on to the B site. Rookie not wasting any time. He knows he needs to get close if he wants to do damage with this Judge. The smoke's going down in terrible time for him. Fate could be good for 1 on the Kraken here. Big util use. If Fate's not quick, he's going to get pinched out by the person pushing front side. Here's a big shot onto Kraken. Here's a big shot from Demon as well. Demon now traded out by CXL. CXL good for another one, but Nami's good for one of his own. Man advantage here for Purdue. Not anymore, as CXL's good for another. 2v2 situation. Spike is down. Tapped now by Baker. Here's Angie playing her own smoke. Fate's good for 1. It's now Angie in a 1v2. Rice, though, very weak. Angie is going to pick up Rice. It's a 1v1 situation. Spike ticking very rapidly. Fate going to get the kill, which is fantastic for Eco. However, Fate didn't have enough time to defuse the Spike, and just like that, it's a 2v2 game on the scoreboard. 2-2. Baker started out strong. Next 2 rounds, not really in their favor. Purdue doing a fantastic job of keeping this thing close and not letting it get out of hand early. The economy game also in the hands of Purdue, I would say very heavily right now, as we don't see a single rifle in the hands of Baker except for Fate, and he currently has no shields. He buys shields, he's down to 200 credits. Yeah, it starts to get a little sketchy if they're not able to buy.
Concussing.
Here we go. Kraken with a concuss, but it doesn't hit anybody from Baker, as nobody from Baker was courageous enough to push up that close onto this A side of the map. Through door. Now, Nami trying to hold him out. Nami gonna spot Rookie, do some damage, but it's not enough to get the kill. Nami now pops a stim, pushes up close, good for 1 onto Angie, gets out of harm's way, does not get traded out, just 18 health, but it's enough to make a mark. Nami now picked up. It's a 4v3 situation in favor of Purdue. Big TP here from Rookie, who gets stunned by Demon on the flank. Demon good for 1, Sheriff in hand. 3v3 situation, ultimate ability popped. Demon good for 2. Demon good for another. Demon now with a rifle in hand is going to pop shots onto CXL. Not credited for the kill, but give him the assist. What a beautiful flank here from Demon with a Sheriff. Unbelievable job all around. And even though the economy not in their favor at all, we see a thrifty round win from Baker. Beautiful job to put themselves back with the point advantage. 4 ultimate abilities available here from Baker very early on in this game.
Thanks.
Brimstone ult, Neon ult, Cypher ult, Teo ult, all of them very, very useful. Should economy not swing in the favor of Baker here in the next couple rounds, I'd imagine that's when we see Demon use his ultimate ability. He doesn't need to buy a gun if he can use his ultimate. Does just as much damage, if not more, when used properly. Here's a big push from Demon, good for 2. Demon, good for 3. Demon looking for another one, jumping and sliding all over the place, nearly finds it, but great damage. Riceballin's able to play the trade. Nami good for the last. Oh my gosh, what an insane push from Demon down the B side of the map. He swings down with his full sprint, slides into action and picks up 3. That was absolutely disgusting. A beautiful job here from Demon. And Baker find themselves with the 2-point advantage through 6. What a beautiful job all around. Now we're starting to see Baker play like the team we've seen play previously. Purdue got to get it together if they want to have a chance here in the first half. They got to keep this first half close. For competition's sake and respect to Purdue, I hope they do. We want to see a good game here. But it's not going to be easy with 5 Sheriffs. Here we go. A very slow play this time. You got to imagine this slow offense is because we just saw Demon do some crazy moves on defense early on in the round. They have to be ready for that again, so they try and prep around it.
Drone going out.
Here we go.
One
Teo's
suppressed.
ultimate popped. It doesn't quite hit anyone. Sims just taking his time on the backside. Camera hits him. He's stunned. Ladder moves good for 1. On to Angie. Now, no smokes available for the side of Purdue. Definitely not the person you want to go down before anybody if you're a fan of Purdue. Fate now good for 1. Riceballing good for 1. Riceballing nearly good for 2, but a beautiful shot from Sims and that Sheriff at long range. Fate gonna find Kraken. Sims now being pushed out by 2 Baker players. It's Fate and ladder moves, high-lowing Sims. And ladder moves is going to be the one that's credited for the kill. Fate going to pick up that Sheriff, and now they are looking good in the credit category. Out here coming out from Purdue. They want to do everything in their power to tie up this first half. Going into the second half of Fracture, with the point disadvantage definitely not in favor of anybody competing on this map, especially if it gets out of hand. A couple rounds, probably not too bad, assuming you can win the pistol round in the second half, but we're looking at 3 right now. And we have 5 more rounds to go in the first half. Beautiful job from Baker up to this point to change their pace of play round in and round out. You saw on the very first round, the pistol round, they played it slow. They gave the site to Purdue, and then they full speed 5-man attacked for the retake. Follow-up round, they play pretty slow, let Purdue believe they have some control, take it away again. Purdue goes on a 2-round win streak there, and then you see that Demon play where he full-on pushes down the B side of the map fast as can be. It's hard to connect with a pace. It's hard to connect with a speed of play when you're playing Valorant if the opposite team is doing such a great job of changing their strategy. Demon here gonna pop his ultimate ability. Demon here on the complete opposite side of the map from the attackers. Will most likely lose his ultimate before he sees anybody to even use it on. And the spike is currently going down on the A side of the map. So a wasted ultimate here from Demon. It's a poor guess from the Baker side of things. Here's a big pick from Ladder Moves. Full flash and still able to get the pick. Fate now good for one of the CXL. Here is the Cypher ultimate ability we were looking to see. Notices that all 3 remaining players from Purdue are on that backside. With that being said, Demon is going to full swing. He's good for 1, good for 2, good for 3. Beautiful shots all around Demon. Absolutely great job. Great job here on the backside.
Mierda.
And now Baker going to find themselves in a 6-2 scoreline. Demon playing so well, you'd think he was on a $300 keyboard. Everybody playing up to standard. Everybody showing why they are in the position they are on. Demon on the flank has been so deadly. That's the second time now on a retake on the A side of the map that Demon has been good for 3. And now, Purdue not looking to go anywhere else. They think this A side failure in the previous round was a fluke, and they're looking to show why. Instead, they're met with a ton of bullets and utility from Baker, so they back off. Now sitting in spawn. Not going anywhere anytime soon. Everyone, literally everyone on the side of Purdue slow walking. Here we go. It's going to be a B site hit, I believe, unless they decide to rotate once more, especially now that Rice Ballin has used his util. An ultimate popped here from Teo of Purdue. Rookie also pops his ultimate ability, but doesn't see anybody in heaven.
I'm back.
And now he pops out.
Spike planted.
Going to hold the angle. Rice Ballin. Util kill onto Sims. Ladder ulted out and killed by Angie. Now a 4v4. Now a 4v3 after Nami picks up Rookie. Rookie. Absolutely huge in these moments, but it's taken out. Fate and Demon going to pick up 2 of their own. Nami now picks up the final kill onto CXL. And just like that, Baker find themselves up 5. It's absolutely incredible to me to see how we can go from such a nail-biter of a game, an insane comeback win from Baker, to such a dominant performance like this. It is far from over. Credit to Purdue. Anything can happen. They can come back just as well as Baker did. But man, they got to do something here quick because we've already secured the second half advantage for Baker. Should things not go in Purdue's favor this round, their economy not going to look great. That would make it an 8-2. They wouldn't be able to buy in the follow-up round. That would make it 9-2. Dangerous situation here for Purdue to be in. Utility use. It looks like it's going to be an A hit. The camera here from Ladder Moves is going to spot a couple. Does not tag any. He missed his camera shot. Tripwire destroyed. And now, with the spike going down, Baker needs to retake. Ladder Moves good for a kill onto CXL with a classic.
Off your feet!
Nami good for a kill onto Sims. Demon good for a kill onto Kraken. He's traded off by Angie. Angie looking for another, but she's killed by Fate. And now, 3v1 situation. Ultimate ability used by Fate. A very, very unfortunate use as it was kind of wasted. Timing just not there. And now 8-2. It's a team ace. Everybody on the team of Baker credited for a kill that round. And Baker now up by 6. Another timeout here coming out from the side of Purdue. As the timeout ticks down, you can't help but wonder what the strategy is going to be for the next few rounds on the side of Purdue. They just can't seem to get the timing right. They're picking up the kills, but they're scattered all over the site. Neither one of them has come in rapid succession with a teammate's kill. We're not seeing many crossfires, not many trades either. We've seen a couple times now where Baker is credited for one player getting 2 to 3 at a time. Demon, we've seen him pick up 3 twice now. And that doesn't even account for everybody else who we've seen do it so far. Looks like we're going to see an A-side hit, although they've stacked up like this previously, popped util and rotated to B. So I don't want to say an A-side hit too soon. But it does look like it's going to be an A-side hit. Now, Kraken, good for the first kill onto Demon. That's a big player to pick up. Rice Ballin's good for 3 with his ultimate ability. Unbelievable ultimate ability here from Rice. And just like that, Baker have the 2-man advantage. What an absolute momentum killer. You call the timeout and come up with this elaborate strategy. You're able to buy guns. You're able to push either site you want. And then Nami pops his ultimate ability and absolutely ruins everything there is to do. Sorry, Rice pops his ultimate ability and absolutely ruins your momentum at the start. Now, Fate and Nami both stacked on site. Rice here with a big crossfire opportunity. Big stun here from Fate, who picks up Angie. Now it's just CXL who's left alive, very low health. And Fate's going to pick him up and trade him out for the kill that he got onto Rice. Just like that, Baker, after the timeout called by Purdue, they'll show that they are in the driver's seat. They're currently up by 7. Could make this a 10-2 half, in which case they would only need 3 wins on the attacking half.
Jump them. Back soon.
Here we go. Purdue really not learning their lesson on the A side of the map. I believe they had a bit more success on the B side. Ladder moves here in a good spot. Unfortunately, not able to pick up one. That's a great kill from Rookie. Big first blood here for Purdue. Angie now going to get one onto Fate. Demon pops his ultimate, but Angie with a great kill to shut down the ultimate ability here from Demon. And now, 2v5 situation. 1v5 situation for Nami now after Rookie picks up Rice. Now 1v4. Rookie, good for 3. Picks up Nami, and it's a 9-3 half.
Move in after I strike. That's when's a week.
What a beautiful half. All around, both teams. A great job from Purdue there in the final round to make sure it's not a double-digit game. And if they can win pistol round, it could be the start of a big comeback like we saw in the second map from Baker. Baker currently up 6. They win this pistol round and have the advantage in the next couple. It could be deadly for Purdue. But we've also seen in this series, Purdue win a follow-up round to a pistol round they didn't win. So down but never out. Purdue's here to make a statement, and they don't want to go home. Here we go. Demon currently sitting on the A side of the map. No presence just yet, but he knows the util was used. All of Baker currently holding off Purdue from this middle map area. Nami good for 1. Fate good for 1. Kraken gets the trade. Rice Ballin gets the trade onto Kraken. Then Rookie plays the trade onto Rice Ballin, and Laddermoose finishes up with the own trade. A trade of his own. And just like that, Baker have won the pistol round. They have the advantage going into round number 14 in the credit column. We'll see what happens here, but Baker looking good here. Purdue fans everywhere gotta be starting to sweat. They're not out of it just yet, but they need a lot. They need your support.
Blinding prepped. Blinding. Retrieving flash.
Here we go. Baker on the attack. Slowly deciding what site they want to hit. It looks like they might be leaning more toward A, but they are hard waiting for someone to overextend out of the backside of B.
My ultimate is not ready.
Utility being used all around the map for intel. Nobody really getting anything out of the intel use. 0 contact has been made, and we are down to under a minute here for Baker to make a decision. The spike is currently A side. Fate with a big opening kill here on to Sims. Baker have the man advantage, and it looks like they have full control of A site. The spike is going down now. Angie currently sitting on the rope.
Spike planted.
Does not see anyone. She has the confidence to push out now into the door. Hoping to find Demon. Not a single player here from Baker looking intimidated. They're all just holding their angle. Demon good for 1. That's Angie that drops. Ladder moves now killing Kraken, but Kraken is traded out by CXL. 2v4 situation. Baker 2-man advantage. Big kill here from CXL. Makes it a 3v2. CXL looking for another. Nami trying to shut him down though, and he does just that. 3v1 situation. Rice Ballin able to get the final kill onto Rookie. And it's 11-3 heading into the bonus round of the second half. That is the second team ace that we've seen here from the side of Baker. Everybody on the team getting a kill. There's no better show of teamwork than being awarded a team ace. And honestly, it's looking scary for Purdue. They put up such a great fight in the first game. They took the win. Such a great fight in the second game. On Baker's map choice, they make it 11-13. And now, just seeming to be invisible, almost, on this third map. Demon, very fast playing into heaven. Vise knows that Demon is in heaven. Fate's going to get the opening kill yet again. Sims gets the trade. Demon gets 2 of his own with a classic. And now Sims picks up 1 for the side of Purdue. It's a 2v3 situation. Man advantage in favor of Baker. Ladder moves. Slow playing down. In a very good spot here to defend this spike.
Light munition.
CXL knows there's 1 in heaven. That's Demon that he's trying to take out.
All missiles away.
Some more util used, but not an ounce of it hits Demon. Demon doing such a great job of baiting util, but not taking any damage from it. And now,
1 enemy remaining.
Here's a big pick from Rice Ballin, and another big pick from Demon. That's a 3K from Demon. And Baker find themselves at match point. They are currently up by 9. Baker need 1 more round win, and the economy situation of Purdue right now is scary to say the least. You want to buy a gun in full shields, you have almost 0 credits for utility. You have to make a decision here for utility, rifle power, or armor.
Any means necessary.
We're going to find out what their choice was. Honestly, it looks like rifle power. CXL with a judge in hand and regen shields. Ladder moves able to spot 1 with his camera. Doesn't quite hit the dart. Rookie good for 1. Traded up by Fate. Kraken kills ladder moves. Kraken still alive doing his thing. Rice Ballin's able to pick up Angie. It's now a 3v3. Fate with the spike down. Baker now playing their post-plant setup. They have full control of the A side of the map. A big flank could be unfolding here from the breach of Purdue. That's Kraken. Nami could be ready for it, though, it seems. As long as Nami has confidence in this push, he will be credited for 1. Great job from Nami here not to freak out over the utility. And he does get the kill onto Kraken. Now, can Sims do something about this post plant? There's a kill. Sims looking for the spray transfer, but can't make it happen. Fate there has the trade. Big ultimate pop on to CXL. Nami gets the kill. Attackers won. Attackers being Baker. They take map number 3. We have a reverse sweep here. in the lower bracket run for Baker. They lose the first map. It doesn't matter. They come back and win an absolute comeback nail-biter in map number 2. And with an absolutely dominating show, they win map number 3. Fate, good for 19 kills. A beautiful showing from him. Ladder moves, the lowest amount of kills here for Baker, but his utility the entire game, the cameras, the ultimate abilities to show location, he was a factor in his own way. Beautiful, beautiful job. Credit to Rookie and CXL for their showings in this event. Just wasn't quite enough. Baker continued their lower bracket run, trying to prove that they are worthy of a shot for the national championship. And unfortunately, with all due respect, of course, we wish Purdue best of luck in the future if they have been knocked out of the national championship run. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope everybody was thoroughly enjoyed by this game. And I hope everybody has a fantastic morning, evening, night, whatever time it is for you. Just do it right and be safe. Bye-bye.